today is pretty different. I'm going to be trying to flip an account of $100 to about 1,000 in under 24 hours. Now, it's been a minute since I last did this type of challenges. This is going to be a bit difficult, but at the end of the day, we shall see if we can make some money and flip the account, or perhaps blow it, because that's also very possible. Now, these are the rules of the challenge. Everything must happen in under 24 hours. Whatever I'm making, everything must be under that timeline. Number two, I only want to focus on the best setups possible. So it doesn't matter whether I get one setup, as long as we make money. And then lastly, if I do make the money, I'm going to be giving away the whole balance to one random person watching this who likes and is subscribed. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and set up the trading account first. So this is it for the account. Now, number one, I'm going to have a very huge leverage on it. Well, I know you guys understand that the bigger the leverage, the bigger the risk. But I mean, that's $100. So I'm going to do 1 to 2,000. And that means I'm going to have higher buying or selling power. I mean, with 1 to 2,000, I could possibly place 0.1 lots or something. The number two, I am going to focus on a few pairs. I don't want to trade any pair because you're trying to flip this. I'm going to focus on Euro JPY, Gold, GBPSD, and perhaps GBP JPY. Of that, we can finally get the best setups. And we are going to be doing day trading, basically. I don't want to hold the trade for long. After all, the challenge is only 24 hours. So I want us to find potential good trades that we can hold for, say, 2 hours or something, and see how everything works out. And I would say lastly, the broker that you're using is really going to play a big role in here. Now, for the broker that I'm using, the link is just down in the description. Pretty good. Well, with the account of $100, that's pretty much good. Could make some good money, because that's also going to come back to the spreads. I don't want to be placing trades on gold and have like huge spreads or something. So let me go over here and set up the account. So this is the account of here, and let me quickly show you the settings. So as you can see, the balance is $100. I've just deposited everything in. Then the leverage is 1 to 2,000. Trust me, believe it or not, that's huge. But I mean, it's a challenge, so we need to see what goes down. So I'm going to go ahead and link this to my MT5, which is pretty easy. Come over here to settings, copy the login, and then the server, and then the password. Linking your broker to MT5 is pretty much easy. I've actually seen a lot of guys have issues with that, but you must copy the correct server very fastly, and then the correct login, and make sure that your password is very correct. So let me quickly fill in all my details in here and then click sign in. Yep, there we go. So we now have the account fully set. So there we go, balance $100. As you can see, we've had the deposit just in right now. And let's get the charts and see what we can come up with. To be honest, I'm worried. I won't lie, because it's been a very long time without doing all this. But oh, smash the like button. So let's get the charts and see. We can start off with GBPSD and see if we can find a potential trade. So let me briefly tell you on how I basically trade and how I find the best setups as much as possible. Step one, I need to find the overall trend. And by the way, I did a detailed video about my strategy. If you didn't watch that, I'll attach a card somewhere up here. Basically, I need to find the overall trend very fastly. The number two, we shall go ahead and draw out all our key levels and points of interest, and then find entries. So let's see. So this GBPSD on the H4 trend has been to the upside previously. We have that. All right. And okay, cool. Now we can also draw out some of our levels. So we have that high over there. Then we also have this low. Why? Well, we see the price pushed up, came back here, then pushed up to form this high. And basically, let's see. What else? We can also mark out some important areas. This is really important. And yep, so there's a possibility of the price coming back to this zone first and perhaps later pushing to the upside, okay? And let's get on to H1 and see. Okay, on the H1, this even looks much better. This could be a good supply zone. There we go. And yeah, so we do expect the price to come down. Now, here's something. Trend is to the upside, but now what we are looking out currently is a short-term sale. So this doesn't even qualify, and we won't take that trade. I don't want to take short-term trades because we are trying to flip this account. No, I want to focus on what's the trend? It's an uptrend. Do we have a good entry, well and good. Let's go. So let me quickly scale down to M15 so we can see. So yeah, I would still say we do have these levels here. So we could possibly see GBUSD dropping down first before it goes up. So either two options, we could have to wait for the price to come back to this level and then we execute that, or let's check another pair. So we could go over to gold. So quickly over to H4, let's start off and we shall delete all the drawings. Again, gold has been in a big uptrend. You guys can see it has actually hit a high 3,000, 3,000 something. And yeah, we can also draw out some of our levels. We have that over there, and then this is a point where the price has finally come back. Whenever we have a push phase, at some point we could have a pullback, and this seems to be the thing that we are looking at currently. We've had that push phase, and then we do have that pullback. Now let's quickly go over the H1 and see. All right, so on the H1, this is how it's looking. Now it does look pretty good, I would say. When I look at this formation of here, we've seen the price come, leave a week behind. The price has come to leave a week behind. This could be a good potential trade, who knows. And our levels of our take profit levels could be this, and then we could also have other levels over there. Here we go. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Could potentially take buys over here, and we could see. But before that, let's check one last pair so we can see. But we can keep gold on check. We could perhaps get in with buys, but let's see. So there's Euro JPY, H4 trend to the upside. We have our level over here. This is the highest point the price has come. Then we also have these, and yeah, this also looks really good. Now what do I expect? We've seen that, so I do expect the price to push over there. That's on the H4. Let's go over to H1 and see. Okay, there we go. On the H1, it does even look pretty much good. You guys can see that. All right, and yeah, I think buys on Euro JPY. So what we are going to stand on, we shall look at buys on Euro JPY and then buys on gold. Now I need to decide, what am I going to take? Let's do one last confirmation on the M15, and yeah, you guys know what? We're going to go ahead and take buys on Euro JPY. So we have an entry off here. Maybe quickly, let me show you what my stop loss is going to be. Now I know it's a bit tricky. I mean, on $100, how many pips are you going to risk on a single trade? It is honestly very tricky whenever you're trading with a very small account. Sometimes I won't even place a stop loss, which is a very bad thing, and I wouldn't even recommend that. Please don't do that, okay? Don't. We could have a stop loss slightly below this area, or two options, even around this area. I think that M15 gives us a much better example, and then, you know, somewhere over there. So okay, cool. Our take profit level is pretty huge. I think we need to hold, and I think at some point we could either have to scale in more entries. So I'm going to go ahead and place the trades off on my MT5, and this is Euro JPY. And yep, so for $100 I'm going to use 0.1. Now please listen up. I know this is pretty huge for $100, but I'm going to share something with you. So to me personally, whenever I'm placing trades, what I look out for most importantly is the margin level. So you can see currently we have 1800 something. This is pretty huge. So what I look out for is I don't want my account to go below 500 for like the margin level. At that point, there is a possibility of literally blowing the account or getting a margin call. So I'd possibly have to hold it over there. Then if we can also see, let me quickly go over the H4. If say we have an entry over there, and we have say a take profit over here. This is $90. If say we had to hold a trade up to this area, we could potentially make some good money. And back to H1. So yeah, basically currently in a drawdown $3.4 over there. I'm going to first wait for this to close off. If we can see a bullish push, a candlestick forming to the upside, I'll scale in one more position and we shall just hold. Gold, still biased. I think I could potentially place a trade on it too. So I'm going to place a 0.01. Now, instruments do vary, and I'll tell you something. Some of these instruments are much more volatile, so you can't place the same lots that you use on, say, EURUSD or something. No, you need to keep your lot sizes pretty much smaller, because at the end of the day, you'll still make some good, reasonable money. That's the good thing about it. So yeah, so we now have buys on gold, 0.01, and then buys on EURJPY. EURJPY is still in a drawdown, but I'm really so positive. I'm just going to wait and see how the price plays out, and then I'll scale in more positions. Gold, so we have our entry somewhere off here. So we have our entry right around this area. Now our stop loss, actually for this scenario, we could have it below this previous zone. I mean, you've seen the price come over here, leave a wick, price come back here, leave a wick. In other words, you could also look at it as a double bottom. Then if you can go over the H1, you could see a much better outlook. Trend to the upside, so I do expect the price to at least come over here and later push up to the other side. So that means there's this formation, the price coming off here, coming back for a pullback, pushing up, coming back into the zone, perhaps even breaking out, and and all that kind of stuff. Basically, that's what I want to watch out for. And as you can even see, we now have pretty much a bullish engulfing candlestick, and we shall see how it forms later on. So EURJPY, it's the same scenario. We've seen the price push up already, come back for a pullback into a clear good zone, which is really important, and I do expect the price to push up. Now, what are levels? Well, we could see the price come off here. We have that, then we can also have this, and that means this is going to be a first take profit level, price pushing up and all kind of stuff. And I think we could scale in one more trade. Yeah, I mean, it's aggressive. We are not doing small profit, but we need $1,000, which is crazy. So we're going to go ahead and scale in one more position, and that's how it is. So we now have two positions on EURJPY, 0.1, 0.1, and 0.01 on gold. How that makes us some good money. And by the way, you're still watching, be sure you smash that like button, and down in the description I do have a free Telegram channel of about 90,000 traders just like yourself. So go ahead, click that link, join the free Telegram. That's where all the updates go through, and you don't have to miss out on this. And remember, this year is basically less talk and more action. Do less of the talking and do more of the action. The goal is 500k subscribers, and be sure you're part of this exclusive family by smashing that subscribe button. All right, cool. So it's currently 11 and we've had our trades already, and if you can see a quick one off here, so this is how we are looking. EURJPY is in a bit of profit, the first position that we entered. There you go. So you can see we've had that push already. And yeah, I think we need to really do a lot of waiting to see how the trades play out. And then gold. Yep, slightly. I mean, just 90 cents. That's how it is. So yeah, we shall now step out, do other activities as wait for these trades to play out, and we should potentially make $1,000 in under 24 hours. So in the meantime, as we hold the trades, I want to get busy. I don't want to stay on the screens watching, because at some point you could end up doing some funny mistakes. So for now, we shall take this bad boy to the mechanic, because I had a lot of issues. This is our other car. You guys know I'm now in Uganda, so I took the Mercedes to Kenya. So I currently have the Range Rover and this. So sometimes I use this bad boy when I'm headed to the gym, and yeah, let's take him to the doctors.
What do you like most about the Range Rover now?
I think firstly, it's an SUV, it's raised. We took it on a long trip to Western Uganda, about 400 kilometers from the city. Bad roads, potholes, and listen bro, it's a very good machine, performing. And it's actually very fast, so it's high raised, fast, and much stable. Nothing more than that. Comparing it with my Mercedes, a good car, but really low. I think that's the biggest thing about this car so far. Oh, also the appearance, bro. When I'm out, everyone is staring.
How much do you typically make in a day?
varies. I'd say these days on a high end could be 4K, like that's normal.
Yeah.
Then 2000, 3000, 4K, basically. Yeah. Now that's most especially from my trading. But now if I combined trading and say the other revenue sources, sometimes on a good day it does stretch actually. I don't want to be so exact to the figures, but maybe we should do a video. We've always planned on that, to like how much does Vidollar make in a month or something, like a breakdown.
How does it feel to earn 4K a day in
Um,
Africa?
Okay, well, firstly, it's exciting. I'll say it's exciting looking at making such a huge amount. Obviously, the money brings you a bit of freedom and stuff, but I'll say it has the good and bad side. Now, I don't know if it's a good way. I don't want to say that I try to compare myself with other people stuff. No, but I look at it in a sense of how can I push, to beyond 4K. I know there are people making 10K in a day. Now my question comes back down to, okay, you're making 4K, I mean, in Africa, which is pretty crazy, 4K in a day. But now how can I do 10K in a day? Because I also look at some, say, inspiration and stuff. So I don't know. I would say it's good. Obviously, the freedom that comes with it, but there's always way too much more. And yeah, we just keep grinding. I don't know if we can do an update on our trades.
Oh yeah.
Let me see. Okay, $22 currently, and the goal is bigger than this. So I see what's making us the most money is EUR/JPY 0.1. And yeah, I think this is how it's looking. But we are going to make money. We are going to make money. I'm pretty sure about this. We shall just need to wait for the price to push up. Yeah. 14 minutes to our garage.
You have a girlfriend?
Do you have a girlfriend? Yeah, I actually finally have a girlfriend, guys. I'm just trying to get one. I'm just kidding. Oh, guys, I find I'll finally bring it out here. A day in a life with my girlfriend. What the fuck? So it's currently 1 p.m. in the afternoon, and we just left town where I had to drop the bike. And a quick trade update. So this is how we are currently looking. Now, if you guys notice, I've actually scaled in 2 more positions. Actually, yeah, 2 more positions on EUR/JPY. And what's the reason? Well, I noticed with this conservative type of trading, we won't be able to hit the target. So I had to scale in more trades. Now, this is the thing. I really feel so positive about the setup. As you guys saw how we did the analysis, we were actually back to much more of like a pullback. And those are perfect areas where you can scale in more trades. And that's how we got in. Now, I do expect obviously the price to push up, but also I tend to hold these trades slightly for longer. It's been an hour already from the time we had our first entries and nothing much is happening. That means I might have to hold these positions for like 2 more hours or 3 and see how it all plays out. So I'll keep you guys posted on any of the progress. I don't want to close any positions without telling you why, or scaling in more positions without telling you why, okay? And stay updated. So it's currently 6 p.m. evening, and let me give you a trade update. Well, it looks like I'm almost blowing the account if it's not gone. So I did close off the first positions earlier on. I was in a drawdown and the trade kept pushing down, and I had to wait for an entry. But EUR/JPY still seems to be going down. So I have 2 options. I'm either going to close off the trade or just blow it, to be honest. And on the other side, I have to redo the challenge. But for the fact that I've failed the first challenge, I'm going to be giving away $100 as a punishment back to myself. I mentioned it at the start of the video. So all you have to do is like the video and be sure you subscribe so you can tap in into the next episode as I try to grow this account. And keep it less talk and more action. I'll see you in the next one. Let's go. Cheers.